Hey, what's up? Welcome back to the Roundtable, episode 3, where today's topic is HIV, AIDS, discussing the epidemic. Um, this is your boy C Money. I'm your host, and we're talking about HIV, AIDS, and the epidemic, and talking about about it. Before we went on break, I was reading some stuff on about AIDS. If you just not joining us, this is the final part of our discussion. This is part 4. This is part of our discussion. We're talking about AIDS, HIV, the epidemic. We're talking about how people are saying that HIV and AIDS has came about from the homosexuality, and how basically no one really knows the whereabouts of how AIDS came about. Basically it was saying on the black women from ages 16 to 21 is 7 times likely as whites and 8 times likely the Hispanic women to be HIV positive for reasons including lack of knowledge of their partners, risk factors, and having sex with older men who are more likely to be infected. With that in mind, I would just like to say that yes, there are, straight people can get infected as well as homosexuals. And there was, as I was saying previously, that it says in my research that a lot of homosexuals, that it states that basically that's what AIDS have resulted from homosexuality, which is not really true. And AIDS came out in 81, and now these days, no one really knows where about how did AIDS start. Because AIDS, when it first came out, as it stated in my research, when it first came out, HIV and AIDS was really wasn't a big issue. It wasn't a factor. No one really knew about it. No one really like gave it any thought till recently. And even now, it's not a big factor, as it stated in my facts and in my research that a lot of young people now these days don't take AIDS as a it's not a I'm sorry, it's not a fun issue. I'm sorry. I'm reading off my facts. It's not a fun issue. It's a back burner. Meaning that they put AIDS as in the back shelf and they really don't really do about it. And as it stated that a lot of young people are not being taught, because and it's true. A lot of young people are not being taught. You go to these schools and high schools and health classes and stuff. You don't hear about the AIDS and they don't talk about AIDS and HIV. You see the commercials, but they don't really go and tell and talk to young people amongst. It takes something as hard as a best friend dying from AIDS, or they're actually being diagnosed themselves for them to realize, this is a big issue. Um, Basically, it was stating basically that homosexuality was being they were stating that AIDS was being linked to gay men and IV drug users, and that statistic or that, what I'm saying, might be, it might be true. What I'm saying? I don't have the research on that. I can't tell you that. It might be true. But in my cases, I don't feel it. That's false allegations because I feel homosexuality did not come. I mean, HIV and AIDS, excuse me, did not come from homosexuality. It came from human beings, regardless if it was a man and a man, woman or woman, man or woman, it came from a human being. So you can't just what I was saying earlier, you can't just opt out one set of people just because you feel that's where because they feel as of now it is growing more in the homosexuality gay population. But they also stated that in the heterosexual population, the increasing number of homosexuality, I mean not homo, I'm sorry, the increasing number of HIV and AIDS cases are also growing as well in the heterosexual, what I'm saying, population. So just as much as a homosexual can get it, a heterosexual can get it too. And as it's stating with the women, some of they may be sleeping with older men who are infected, or they may not know nothing about their partners. Because once you see it, when you get into a relationship with a person, they can tell you, oh, HIV is negative, and they not know it. They may or may not know it. You know what I'm saying? Even if they do know it, they may just still say I'm HIV negative. And you're getting in these and nobody and nah, you can't really say you not every relationship is gonna say, okay, before we start dating, let's get tested. Let's get tested. A lot of people are not gonna be doing that because they're gonna that's a lot of drama. They say a nice cool person, who cares, But that's how the epidemic is, that's how it is, and that's why we're discussing it now because it was a topic that I read. I read this out of the newspapers, this past week, and it was like really, it really like wow, they really are putting this on homosexuality. And I'm not saying that I'm gay. I'm not saying that I'm, saying I fool around man. So I'm a straight man just as much as the next person. But it's just the fact that I'm an activist. I fight for what is right. Meaning I believe in things should be done the right way. Don't come out and say this is what it is and it's a different way, or don't come out and say, oh, the car is blue, but in reality it's black, but you're just stating that because you feel you thinking it's a fact, but in the reality it's an opinion, and I feel that homosexuality did not come about from AIDS did not result from homosexuality. It's just that AIDS resulted. No one really knows, and if you do, hey, and if you feel that way, you can comment. You can send us an email. You can comment. On how you feel about that. But basically, that's how I feel. And statistics, maybe I may be wrong. Statistics may be right. For my facts and everything, it may be right that you know homosexuality did come about. From AIDS did come about from homosexuality. I may be right. I may be wrong. Either or. I'm not saying that all the statements on my shows are going to be true and they're going to be on point. They may be false allegations. I may be wrong myself on some things, but I just speak from what I know, and I just speak from the facts and everything that I get. Basically, that's what it is. Homosexuality is a growing and growing and fast growing, epidemic. And right now it's not a, as I was saying, it's not a main issue amongst people. As far as the H1N1 flu and a lot of flu and cold and flu viruses and and a lot of other things that are going. You don't even much hear about, you know, syphilis and all that other stuff. I mean, now these days you hear about breast cancer and mammograms. You hear certain stuff. That can be curable. HIV/AIDS is not curable yet, and if it is curable, it's gonna be a hell of a lot a cure. It's gonna be take a hell of a lot of money. From what I've told, from what I was heard, and I know it may not be true, and it may be true that there is a drug or there is a cure for AIDS, but it costs you money, meaning you have to come out of your pocket. But I don't think it's there yet. There are pills and drugs that can help you live longer. Um, and that's basically AIDS has been around since the 80s. Now it's just coming up to the surface that now more cases of HIV and AIDS is coming out because a lot of people are now sleeping more, and a lot of young people out there are having sex as early as 13 years old. As soon as you hit puberty, hey, sex is on your mind. You know, and I mean, to me, it's not being taught, and I think that it should be taught. There should, and I'm not saying it should be taught all the time, but take like a week, a month or so. In schools, they should teach these kids. What I'm saying, and when they do, that'll stop a whole lot of pregnancies. That'll stop a whole lot of men and little teenage boys and girls from having sex. What I'm saying, having these girls getting pregnant. That'll stop a lot of these young people who are homosexuals, because as not only that young people are having sex at an early age, there are young people that are coming out as homosexuals at an early age, which is probably another reason why they're resulting this AIDS epidemic linking it to homosexuality, because they feel a lot of young people now these days are coming out early as a young age as a homosexual, and they're now sleeping around and doing like creeping and doing a lot of things that can result into that. And I feel that it should be taught. And I'm not saying taught all the time, but out of like once a month, like a month, like 1 month out of the whole school semester, years, or 1 week or so, take the time out to inform kids. Let kids know, hey, this is age. Because a lot of kids don't realize how deadly it is and how serious it is. That's basically what it is. Our time is up. We have to go. We have to take a wrap. I thank you for tuning in to the Roundtable episode 3 of topic AIDS, HIV, discussing the epidemic. If you have any comments, if you have anything you would like to share, you can email us anytime at TheRoundtabletalk 00@yahoo.com. Once again, the Roundtable Talk 00@yahoo.com. You can also post your comment on the end of this show, and in future shows, we're going to be updating you on comments from our email us, and we're gonna also be doing emailing shows, meaning we're gonna comment and take your questions and comments from your emails and what you're thinking and what you're saying, comments and questions you have on previous shows, and we're gonna be taking them as well. We're gonna do shows like that. But I'm C Money. I think y'all appreciate y'all for watching me and watching the show, and keep watching and keep looking out for more shows. This is the Roundtable Talk with your host C Money. Take care. God bless, and I'm out. Love you.